Well, welcome. I want to officially give you the hearty welcome to Module 8. This is the last module, the last week for this course, Advanced Lifestyle Medicine. So, good job. You're making it through just fine, and I hope the course has been interesting and helpful for you. So, what I wanted to do is give you just probably just an overview of the cases for this, and they're all very similar idea as you did for Module 7 in the 3 cases that you did there. But in here, these particular cases, we're looking at high blood pressure, diabetes, and coronary artery disease. And again, not thinking about those conditions as our case patient CJ tracks through time, and her situation becomes more complex. But then also, the documentation that we're doing and the different segments of the documentation that you're just getting exposed to also through these cases is the idea. There would be case 4 is on high blood cholesterol. And so CJ is now, she's remarried. If you remember before, she was, in the last case, she was divorced. Now she's remarried. She's 52. She's got 2 stepchildren and 2 of her own. And again, so what I want you to think about as you're reading through these cases, and again, it only gives a little bit of the information. It's absolutely impossible to provide a case, information in a case that is as complex as someone's actual life is. Keep that in mind, that this doesn't have all the information that you would need to do a full program, and that's part of the reason for the questioning is what additional information do you think you're going to need to help you with this, and that's one of the reasons we do a consistent question for that. So the focus on this then is on nutrition and the nutrition documentation. The chapter in the book on healthy eating will help you a bit in looking at some of these numbers that are provided in the case as far as the dietary analysis numbers. The point of this part is to say, okay, we did a 4-day, CJ did a 4-day dietary log. We took that information that she recorded for 4 days, everything she ate and drank for 4 days. We put it into a nutrition software package, and then we were able to calculate that on some specifics about her eating habits and her nutritional information, and that's what you see in front of you. So this then you will get into a deeper understanding, of course, in the nutrition for chronic disease course. So if you struggle with this a little bit, if this is the first time you've looked at information like this, be patient with it. It's okay. We'll get into the weeds a little bit more in that subsequent course on nutrition. But what I would like for you to do is read the chapter on healthy eating, see if you can pick out what she's doing well and what she's not doing well, and use that information then to give specifics on her nutrition program. So as far as the documentation goes for the nutrition program, what I'd like for you to do is write short-term goals. And for nutrition, this is my own opinion, but I like it where you have short-term goals that are 2 weeks out, medium range goals that are 2 weeks to 6 months out, and then long-term goals that are greater than 6 months. It seems to work better for when I work with folks on changing their eating habits, that we have that short, medium, and long range thought process there. Eating is incredibly complex. The food, not just trying to buy food that's healthy, but everything that's psychologically, socially, that goes along with food makes it complex. And so I think keeping track of it in a shorter, medium, and long range goals works a bit better. So then the nutrition prescription are specific information about what would make CJ more healthy for her regarding her nutrition. So trying to be specific. She has a baseline of this for her eating habits. where would you want to improve? How many fruits and vegetables, for instance? What's whole grain look like? Perhaps the hunger fullness scale, of using that as personal awareness, so you can hit on the amount of food, you can hit on the specific types of food for your nutrition prescription, and again, do the best you can with this, and you'll get much better at this because we have a whole course on it, but this is for introductory here. So okay, so that's the nutrition one, and then moving on to the next case, case 5, which is in diabetes, and now she's now 57 years old, and this particular case, not only does it stress on or get you exposed to diabetes a bit, and as she is continuing to age, but specifically talking about documentation for stress and what does a stress program look like. So trying to identify in her life what are the stress triggers. Is she doing anything to help manage stress in her life? And so then, as far as the stress management program goes, first thing you want to do is identify those triggers, and you can go back to, in your line of, when you talk with folks about looking at your original SOAP note on the primordial prevention part, and the questions that we are asking ourselves and our participants regarding stress there. You can go back to that again, of course, as you go through time. That's not just a one-shot deal. That would hopefully help identify what stressors are. And ideally, though, as you move through time with an individual in a real scenario, that you develop this relationship, this ongoing relationship, where you see them once a month or more frequently, or maybe less frequently, but you know them well enough where you kind of get a good idea of what their stressors are, what their signs, physical and psychological, emotional symptoms of stress might be, what's going on in their daily life that would lend to being more stressed, having more stressful lifestyle. So anyway, then what are some stress management techniques or prescription that you could perhaps use for CJ, and to fill those out for the stress management program. Okay, so then the last case, or case 6, we finish out with coronary artery disease. So this is the most complex that CJ gets for us. Again, these cases are focused on cardiovascular disease, so now she has it. She had a heart attack about a year ago. She's 68 years old now. She's married. So this then gets to, she's complex in the amount of medications she's taking because of all her conditions. Now she's an older adult, so she's not the younger adult or middle-aged adult. She's now that older adult. So what does that mean? What complexities does that bring into the picture? And then, as far as documentation goes, this is about sleep, and thinking about sleep as sleep is one of the, I think, everybody knows you need sleep, of course. Our mothers told us that from very early on. But it's something as we get to adulthood that we tend to not put as much emphasis on, but it's still vitally important, and it's one of those very much key lifestyle medicine activities. In fact, when I talk with people initially about their success in a lifestyle medicine program, one of the things that I say to them is, are you willing to commit to a healthy sleep schedule? So 4 to 5 hours a night, not gonna cut it. If you can't get that 7, perhaps 8, depends on the individual, hours of sleep consistently, then you're really going to undermine your entire lifestyle medicine program. It really sets the tone for nearly everything that you do related to food consumption, stress management, emotional control. Sleep is just one of those so vitally important lifestyle medicine activities that we need people to be doing. Anyway, then the Sleep Success program here, there's a short-term, long-term, and a sleep success prescription there to fill out. So based on the information that you have do the best you can filling those out, and certainly there'd be more information that you would need to know in doing a full-blown program for someone, but that's at least getting you exposed to the documentation. So there you have it. Those are the cases for Module 8. Enjoy writing those up and reading your partners, and that finishes out the last module for the course. I've enjoyed teaching the course. It's been a whole lot of fun putting it together and getting to know everyone. So if you have any questions as we wrap it up, just let me know. Thanks.